So I just want to talk about one quick way to impact inflammation in your body. So when talking about PCOS, when talking about autoimmune diseases, when talking about most of the metabolic diseases that people are struggling with in our culture, inflammation has a very large part of this process. So when we cut ourselves or when we bruise ourselves, that response of the blood and inflammation to that point is a healing thing. Inflammation in small doses, appropriately applied doses in small points of time can be helpful, can be healing, or good for our body. Inflammation itself is not bad. It's not the enemy. I know a lot of people will like demonize inflammation, and it doesn't need to be that way. It just understanding the purpose of it and how it can help you is really important. So, when looking at inflammation, we want to reduce chronic and systemic inflammation. And a way that we can do that is by reducing some common inflammatory style foods. When working with clients, I don't like to say that we need to cut things out because it puts you into a state of you feel like you're restricting. So we like to focus on supportive foods as opposed to foods that aren't supporting your needs, aren't supporting your goals, and could be causing some of the discomfort and distress that you're feeling. So, when talking about reducing inflammation things, we like to support or we like to talk about foods that can be helpful to reducing that. So, that's things like bone broth can be very helpful if you don't have histamine issues. So, with everything that you see on the internet, and I hope you know this by now, that not everything will apply to you. And talking with your healthcare professional, talking with a certified nutrition coach, I do free discovery calls if you have any questions, but talking with someone who is trained and willing to look and capable of looking at what's going on with you is always the best approach to double checking to making sure that something can apply to you. So, a good example is bone broth. Bone broth is nutrient dense, it has collagen in it, it is a hydrator, it supports your gut health. It also helps reduce inflammation in your body because it's helping the gut health and all the nutrients. Um, but that's not for everybody. Some people with histamine issues, it's not helpful for them. And I use the word helpful because we're not talking about food being good or bad. We're not putting morality into food. We are finding things that are helpful and tailored to our individual needs and what we're hoping to achieve. So, when talking about inflammation, a great way to support that is to start having bone broth every day. A lot of people love the ritual and the behavior pattern of having coffee in the morning. So you could have it after in place of, like, we don't need to truly take out coffee for everybody. You could have it in the evening or midday, but adding bone broth into your diet and creating a ritual and a behavior pattern with that is a great way that you will continue and keep doing that specific action. But that is a great way to start reducing inflammation in your body. And I love the food first approach, um, because food should be nourishing our bodies. Food should be fueling us. Food is community. And we want to make sure we're choosing things that are helping our body. And this is a great way to help your body.